So thank you so much for joining me. Now my guess is that if you're clicked on this video is you're either in the process of going through menopause or you are fully menopausal and you're experiencing all that weight gain and you can't kind of figure out why you're gaining so much weight around the belly and around the thighs. So this video is going to explain how the weight comes on us and why. And if you've already gone through the 6 reasons why you gain weight during menopause, I'm just going to elaborate on a little bit. And then I'm going to show you how you can start to combat this weight gain through specific kinds of foods and also specific kinds of exercises. So if you make yourself a cup of coffee, sit down and have a listen, you can take some notes and I'll guide you through what is happening to your body and how to reverse this situation. So one of the first reasons why we start to gain weight when we're perimenopausal or in menopause is a little hormone called progesterone. Now progesterone is there specifically after our periods so that our sex drive is increased and we want to have sex because ultimately our body is just meant for reproduction. So this progesterone comes up and so does our estrogen levels and it promotes our sex drive. Now along with this progesterone is an upping of our or an increase in our metabolism. Now metabolism, that's a few words to say. Metabolism is the way in which our body burns our food, how it distributes to our muscles, how it distributes it to our organs and how it distributes it, I'm having trouble with my words today, it to our body fat. So when our metabolism slows down a little bit, that's when we feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more lethargic, and we don't have as much energy. So when our metabolism slows down, we don't burn as many calories. And this is the first thing that you will notice when you first start through menopause is this adding on the weight, but the weight gain is because your metabolism has slowed right down and you might feel just a little bit more tired than you normally do because everything is slowed down to make sure that you don't use up too many calories whilst your progesterone is now no longer available. Now one of the most significant reasons why we gain weight before, during and after menopause is because we stop producing estrogen. But funnily enough, the body can actually produce estrogen which it wants to because we are born to reproduce, so it still wants to reproduce itself. But it found another way in which to do it. It can produce estrogen via fat cells. And for us ladies, that's a significant part of how we can learn how to lose weight in this process of menopause. So when we are when we're starting to go through menopause at the very beginning, we need to be very mindful that we need to maintain a good weight throughout the process. So if you are overweight before you start in menopause, it's very difficult to lose weight when you're going through and then of course after menopause because the body really fights you to keep that body fat because it wants the cells so that it can produce estrogen. So it's a savage cycle. But there is a way that I can show you how you can combat this. The next reason why we start to gain weight through menopause is sarcopenia. Now sarcopenia is a wasting of our muscle mass and this begins basically when we turn 40. Now through our 40s we start to lose muscle mass at about 1% per year. Then once you hit 60 it gets to 3% per year. And this is significant because when we have less muscle, our metabolism is actually more sluggish. And also it does make us less strong and we don't have the nice shape that we used to as we were younger. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to look like a bodybuilder. All it means is that you need to do some weight training in the gym with some heavy weights and put the body under stress. And this will counteract the process of sarcopenia. And with that comes not only some nice health issues and a little bit more bone density, it also brings about a better shape for you. There's less sag, and of course a lot more healthier muscles means you're stronger and you're able to, you know, get around a little bit better than if you didn't do weight training. So sarcopenia is a wastage of the muscle. It's a normal thing that will happen because we are more sedentary these days. So weight training in the gym is the only way in which we can actually, or you can do weight training at home for sure. Weight training in the gym is the only way you can actually reverse this process in order to build your metabolism and keep your body working at its highest level so it burns off all of the food that you eat. So I did touch on weight training as a means by which we can combat sarcopenia, but weight training is so much more than that for women over 45, and in particular women who have gone through menopause. So we know that when we train with weights, it increases our metabolism quite significantly, but it also has another really significant effect on our body. Not only are we able to consume more calories even when we're sleeping, because muscles need a lot of energy, so we really actually consume a lot of calories even when we're sleeping if you do weight training. But the other significant value of weight training is that when we have well-trained muscles, in particular our glutes, then our body produces mitochondria. And you may have heard this thrown around a bit, but mitochondria is a process by which the cell takes in nutrients and produces energy. So people who suffer from low energy levels or chronic fatigue have little or no mitochondria in their bodies to produce this energy. So when we do squats, when we do deadlifts, you may not know what this means, but you will. When we do walking lunges, when we do hip thrusters, they're all putting an emphasis on our glute muscles because we sit most of the time. Now, 100 years ago, we didn't sit as much as we do today, and we did generate more energy from this area. But now that we sit so often, we have what is known as glute amnesia. So when we get the glutes working and when we have well-trained muscles, we get more energy from this mitochondria that's produced inside the muscle to create more energy for us. So weight training and lifting heavy is really important for every woman. I don't care how old you are, where you are in life, you need to start with weights or resistance band training. It's the same, it generates a lot of heavy weight in order to not only maintain your muscle, maintain your tone, help your bones, but create energy in your body so that you have energy and so that you burn more energy through your metabolism as well. One of the biggest factors in gaining weight through menopause is what is known as insulin resistant. Now, insulin resistant comes about as our pancreas keeps releasing insulin into the bloodstream to lower the blood sugars that we have from the foods that we eat. So when we eat food, insulin is automatically released as soon as we start to salivate from the food, and it makes sure that the blood sugars stay even, that we're not too high or too low, and then the blood with all of the nutrients is distributed through the body, and our cells in our body get the nutrients that it needs. When we become insulin resistant, and because we've eaten so often and we've eaten so much garbage or high sugary foods, the body stops accepting the nutrients into the muscles and into our bodily organs. So the blood is knocking on our muscles saying, here we go, we've got some energy here, and the muscles are going, nope, don't need any more energy, nope, go away. And it has to dump it somewhere. So it dumps it in either your derriere, and for menopausal women, most of the time it's in the belly. So if you've got a belly at the bottom of your stomach that's quite large, it means that you possibly are insulin resistant, which means that the type of foods you're eating are not what you need at this time of your life. And it's very nice to have chocolates, it's very nice to have wine, it's very nice to have ice cream, But at this stage of your life, if you've consumed that for a long, long time, now your body is starting to go, no, we can't do this anymore, and we are not ready to accept this anymore. We don't want any more energy into the muscles. We're going to dump it into your belly. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you is eating sugary foods and highly processed foods. So when we were first on the planet, of course, most of our food source was protein-based. You know, woolly mammoths, rabbits, wild boar, snakes, and geese and ducks. So we didn't eat really anything that was sugary, and the only sugary foods were available sometimes were berries. But berries were always around and only around when the land was really fertile and in abundance with lots of water. So our bodies would then, we would eat berries, and then we would actually have to release insulin to monitor our blood sugar levels. And of course this always indicated to the body that it was time to store fat, because the body understood we were in abundance, so it didn't know when we were going to really be able to eat this type of food again. So it would store it so we would have fat to use as energy, because it might be, you know, days and weeks before we ate again. And the body still does this. It's exactly the same way. It hasn't changed since we were first on the planet. And it doesn't understand that we can go down to the shop and get food. It still believes that that's a time when we're in abundance and then we need to store fat. So when we is getting through menopause, then this happens even more readily. So we have to be very careful of the type of foods we eat, and eliminating a lot of fruit and a lot of sweets away out of our meal plan is definitely going to help you to reduce your body fat and to get to the weight that you would like. So it's okay to have, you know, the odd treat, definitely. But it's not okay to have them on a daily basis. And, you know, I love a Tim Tam and I love a wine, so, and I don't deny myself those, but I do make sure that it's not a daily thing. So as a woman who's just about to turn 63 and who has been a health and fitness coach for 10 years now, I have put together a program to help you to navigate menopause and also to lose body fat or lose the weight that you would like to lose. It also adds some muscle to you, and it helps you to understand along the way how you can maintain this. So my program is a 12-week online program, and what it means is that you get a meal plan. You also get your workouts, which you can do in the gym or you can do at home, depending on which one you like. It also has a closed Facebook group, and if you reach out to me, I can talk to you a little bit more about it. All the exercises there are there and designed, and you just have to click onto a YouTube video and I'm showing you how to do the exercise and explaining to you. And once a week we catch up on a Zoom call with other people on the program, and I help you to understand how to keep motivated, how to stay on track, how to monitor your progress, and how to just feel good about yourself getting through this program. I've helped lots of women to do this, and I'm sure you would get a huge amount of success out of doing the program. So if you'd like to know more about the program, you can just click the link underneath here and get in contact with me, and I will be sure to set up a Zoom call so we can have a little chat and see if my program is suitable for you and if you would like to come on board. So if you'd like to come on board, just click that little link there and we will set up a meeting. It's been lovely talking to you. I hope even if you do not decide to come on board, that you've got something out of this little video and that you can take away with you and actually get some results on your own. All right, have a great day, and I look forward to actually talking to you. Bye.